Hello, Girish.
So, okay, can you hear me now? I think it
Yeah.
looks like it's going in mute always. So, okay.
That is it. Okay, fine.
Okay, great. So, not sure if you heard, I think I was talking while I was on mute.
Okay.
Did you hear anything,
No.
Vinay? No,
No.
okay, great. So, thanks everyone. Thank you, thank you, Vinay, for introducing me really well. That was one of the fabulous introductions that I ever had. So, thanks a lot for that.
Thank you.
And thank you, Principal, for your kind words. Thanks for allowing me to present today to your students and to your staff. So I think this presentation is going to be about really how to navigate the career opportunities. And me and Vinay, we were talking about this in the last couple of weeks. So I tried to put together some thoughts here. I'll try to be as easy as possible to explain. But yeah, so if somebody has any questions, they can park it towards the end of this call, and then maybe we can have some interactive session. Okay. So with that, I'll move on to the next slide. Okay, so pretty much, I think Vinay sir introduced me. Just to talk about, I am a Solapur native. I born there, pretty much grew up until 12th. I was there, and after that, I left Solapur long ago. Maybe 1997. So, and then I did my bachelor's, master's in mechanical engineering, and then close to 18 years of experience now, mostly in engineering field. So though I'm a mechanical engineer, I work on many different things now. Like I work on software, electronics, mechanical. So we talk about it. So pretty much I enjoy doing what I do, and I design products for Emerson. So I'll talk more about that in my next slide. So, okay. Okay, so this is about my company here. So I work for Emerson. Under Emerson, there are two business verticals. You can see there, automation solutions and commercial and residential solutions. Okay. So what we do is so we have three horizontals here. So we make devices, instruments, and sensors. Okay. So pretty much I'm part of this business right now. So I work on the devices side, the sensor side. Okay. And then we have another horizontal here, the controls. So you can see it's the Delta V, the SCADA systems. So this is mainly so it collects the data from the devices. Okay. And then there's another horizontal there, data management. So what it does is converts rich data into information that you can take actions, right? So we also pretty heavily involved into developing the softwares. So it's nothing but IoT, data analytics. We do a lot of data analytics. And then it helps various plants like refineries, petrochemical complex, offshore platforms, food companies, pharma companies, wherever there is a flow control, or wherever there is a process application. So we provide all of our products. So it's pretty, you can see it's end to end. We cover the entire portfolio, okay, with these two platforms. So I'm part of the automation solution team here, okay, and then there's a commercial and residential solution business. So mostly, I'm not sure, you must have heard about Copeland. We have a big plant in Satara there. We make compressors, which goes inside the the refrigerators, the air conditioning facilities. There's a cold storage chain where you store all the food under air condition. So that business is there with us as well. So we have two big businesses here. Okay. So, and we are working on a cutting edge technologies. We have global teams spread across almost maybe in every country. Okay. So moving on to the next slide, it's just an elaboration of what I talked about, right? So these are the devices. So they do mostly the measurement and flow, analytical devices where we analyze the hydrocarbon that comes out of, the oil wells. We have solenoids that we use, and we have the final control. So my business is pretty much in the final control devices. Okay, so you can see the big orange actuator there. So that pretty much is our product. Okay, so this is the space that I work, but I heavily interact with these other business units. So we have these process control and safety systems in the plant. When any disaster happens in the plant, so this is the first line of defense. They shut down all the critical devices so that we can control the damages, right? And we have also machinery health devices or the control systems where it continuously checks the health of these devices, whether they're really working, whether the corrosion is occurring, whether they're failing. And this data is being fed to this fabulous software set, right? So we have, I would say, the SCADA systems here, where this software set. So we have the reservoir modeling. It actually tells you how much oil is there below the earth. So that software we make. We have energy management software. So it analyzes, like how much energy we are using in the home for the residential and commercial solution. So there is a planning and scheduling software mainly used for refineries, petrochemical complexes. So you have to plan certain output. You have to time sequence things. So you do that. You also have the plant asset management software. So in the plant, you see thousands of devices. So you have to manage these assets really well. You cannot go physically in the plant and see these equipment because most of the time this plant has a very hazardous environment, right? So you remotely manage these assets. So that's about my company, okay? I'm sure you may have a lot of questions, but we can towards them, okay? So Vinay, let me know the speed, and if you're okay, I can continue the same speed. If you want me to slow down, let me know.
No, Giri, it's okay. I think you can continue with the same speed. I'll be taking the questions in the chat, and we'll take the questions at the end. If anybody wants to ask the questions, they can ask the questions at the end, and we can unmute them, and they can ask the question then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. Please continue, Giri. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Great. Okay. So I would like to talk about my role. What do I do here? So I'm in the Emerson headquarters here. Mainly work on the company strategies for developing the products, and that is for the entire globe. The plants that we have. So we work very heavily with the big oil companies, the big pharma companies, big food companies. So we talk about like for Pune, like Reliance, we have really good relationship. So we work with Reliance in India. We have a lot of devices that we supply. So in fact, recently, last month, I had a chance to meet with their plant, the plant in charge for the Jamnagar. That's the biggest refinery in the world. So we have a lot of relationship with Indian companies. So we have a relationship with a pharma company there, Serum Institute. Many of us may know that they're producing the medicine for the COVID-19 situation that we are going on. So we have a lot of our products into that plant. Okay, so pretty much we, from the business perspective, we decide which products that we want to roll out. So that then it comes to me. So you can see this funnel process here. So we call this as stage gate process. Okay. So we develop these products in the stage gate process. So you can see the idea is being generated, the need, right? And then we see the market analysis, how much market is there for this product. And every step you can see, we review this, whether we are going in the right direction, right? Are we making the right decisions? Are we investing correctly, right? So that we get a good return on investment, right? And we make the right decision for ourselves and for the customers as well. So we always make sure that we bring a very safe product to the market. So we go through close to 6 stages here, and we release the product. Okay, and you can see a lot of design activity, a lot of engineering validation. We do a lot of manufacturing trials. We develop the manufacturing strategy. So it's a big team is working on. So that's most of my work actually that I do, working on the products and supporting all the plans with my engineers, with my team of engineers. Okay. Okay, so let's get to the crux of this presentation, right? It's all about you, okay, from here onwards, okay. So I know many of us are in this pandemic situation, right? A lot of anxiety throughout the world. What's going to happen? It's kind of almost apocalyptic event that is happening, right? So I think the first secret of being successful is think positive, okay? Things are going to get better, right? So I know there are various questions right now in students' mind, are we going to have jobs? Are we going to have career? Economy is crashing, right? There's many people are thinking that the recession is going to come, right? So I think I would advise everyone to be strong, be encouraged, and I think be motivated, and I'm here to motivate you all today. And I think be optimistic. Things are going to get better from here onwards, okay? And I have things to talk about that, okay? So to really, ground you up and prepare for the long haul and building your patience, you have to read certain books. I felt these are the books that can definitely help you to bring that energy. So I would recommend you to read this book. I read these books, and maybe when I started, I can remember like the first book here, The Tough Time Never Lasts, but Tough Will Do. Vinay knows about this. So we both read this book when we passed the college. So I think, there are some really good books, like You Can Win, some really good thoughts there. and the power of positive thinking, and Think and Grow Rich. So these are really good books. So I definitely recommend you to read. Okay, that will prepare you for the long haul. Okay, so I'll move on to the next slide here. I just want to give some perspective, some positive perspective about the life here. So Dr. Gururaj Deshpande, he's in US. He studied in IIT and MIT, and then he pretty much, very simple word, he's here, right? So what he's talking about, education. This is going to be the great enabler, and I think pretty much you are at this stage right now, right? You completed your education, right? You can also get an advanced degree if you want, right? Like doing masters or MBA or PhD. But I think it's only going to enable things for a great career. Okay, I think you did the right thing today, having this education, right? That's the first step. The next step is when you enter into the real world, right? So next 3 to 5 years after you graduate, you're going to get experience. You'll be exposed to many new things that you didn't do in the past, right? So that is going to definitely help you to prepare for the next 5 to 10 years. So in this 3 to 5 years, you need to seek maturity, learn more new things, and then I would recommend you to work for a company which can give you all this experience, right? I mentioned that Fortune 500 companies, but it can be of that size. Okay. The next 5 to 10 years, you really need to grow, right? Practice your skills, seek mentors. We have really good mentors, like in the companies that you can hang out with. You can move around, like places you can live around, and then you can pursue some aggressive opportunities. So that will set you for the most of your working life, right? So I think that will help you. It will give you more insight into what you can do better in the rest of your life. So you can flex your wings, make your mark, and try to do something that is going to impact. Okay, and then I think the last phase is like having fun. So again, the same thing. I would say, remember, the degrees only determine starting position and salary. Okay, so when you start your career, it's going to be slow and steady. Okay, and then do your basics right. Get down to the basics. Try to understand everything in a minute level. Okay, and I mentioned there, like, you can start with some big companies. I'm pretty sure they will still hire people even in this situation. Okay, and then there are some growth companies, like more growth companies that you can join, and later you can. I think that will set you up for doing your own business maybe in the future. Who knows? Or maybe by staying in the same company, you can be an entrepreneur, right? You can work on the product from concept to launch. You can do that still, right? So, and you can take more risk, but you'll have a more high rewards. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of give you a glimpse into how you view things when you start your career. Okay. Okay, so So moving on to the next slide here, you see, like, I really see that as one good thing here, that we have a lot of possibilities, right? So just think that every day has one possibility, right? So you can generate many possibilities, right? So in a year, you'll have 365 possibilities. So just focus on that. Every day you can do something, right? So believe in the possibilities. So I'm sure many of us are worried about the job situation, right? Vinay and myself, we were talking about, how these new grads can get the jobs, right? So and many people are losing the job as well in this pandemic situation. So there are many people lose their job because of corporate mergers, downsizing, a lot of consolidations, moving operations from one location to other location, and some business failures. But the good news is that there are still more jobs than be created. So you can see 20 million jobs lost, 35 million jobs created. So net 15 more, right? And I just but I just looked at in the LinkedIn, maybe last week, how much jobs are there in India. So you can see about 307,000 jobs are there. So I think, yeah, I would say, so there are possibilities, right? So we have to believe in that. Things are going to get better. So I see there are two different streams where the jobs will be, right? So one is the research stream, and the next one is, the product, the business, or the commercial product development. Okay. So in the research, pretty much you have a lot of companies like CISR, the various government entities that we have. You can do a lot of research there. There are many research centers for the private companies. You have academia like Sinhgad Institute. They do some research. And yeah, this is kind of knowledge world, right? So, and then the next one is like where you have a lot of jobs when the knowledge economy, right? It brings you, like, if you have many products, it can generate a ton of opportunities for many grads to work on. And that's what it makes the strong economy. If you have more products, you have strong economy. That's how, the United States has, like, it's a product economy. Though it has a lot of good research as well, but it also has very good product in market, not only in the United States, but across the globe. So that's my view, so you'll find either job in research or in commercial world here, right? So where do we have most jobs currently? So when I did some research, I feel that chemistry, biochemistry, that is one of my favorite subject. So biology, genetics, and biotech. You can see the biotech is right now the solution to COVID-19. You'll only get through biotech. Okay, so when you say biotech companies, you not only need the microbiologist, but you need the engineers there too, because they need to run the plants, right? So that's one of the hot area right now. So physics, photonics, math, nanotechnology continues to be the mainstream there. Medicine, surgery, diagnostics. Many people are ill, right? Means many viruses. So there are total 150,000 or 150,000 viruses in the world. People are getting sick. So they need medicines. A lot of research goes into that. So we have electrical engineering, computer science, many opportunities there. As you can see, social media is exploding. So you need many computer engineers there. And then last is biomedical and other engineering fields. So still you have more opportunities for other engineering fields as well, like civil. You need to still build the buildings and all of that. So where you will get most money, right? You will ask me. So obviously if you have your own business, yes, initially you'll struggle, but you'll get most reward there. Okay. But generally, I think if you look at the job space, maybe the general management, you'll get most money. Sales and marketing, and then research and development. So don't get me wrong here that research and development gets less, but there are certain, if you do really well, you'll get more money. So okay, but this is the general view. Okay. So far, Vinay, are there any questions that I can take? What do you think? Or do I need to wait till last?
There is no question in the chat box till now. I would like to ask the audience.
Okay.
There is one member in the audience who is from Chennai, I think, R. Selva Kumar. I would like to introduce him because he has commented that he is from Jairaj Annapakam CSI College of Engineering, Tamil Nadu. So he comes from Tamil Nadu. So Mr. Selva Kumar, are you there?
I don't hear him.
Selva Kumar? I'll unmute you. Yeah, Mr. Selva Kumar, are you there? Okay, Giri, let's continue. It seems that he's not there at his place. There is a question.
Okay.
There is a question in the chat box. I would like to share with you.
Okay.
Product cycle generally has a closed loop, but in your presentation you showed it's going from need to aftermarket sales and no connection back to need. How can it be justified? It's asked by Samir Sheikh, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Samir, okay.
Yeah. So
maybe. Okay. So
yeah.
So the thing is that yes, it's a closed loop. So I would say I just explained the decision process, the way it happens. So it's a stage gate process common across all the industries. So you go from gate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So after 6, the gate 6, there is actually a feedback coming in back to the gate 1, maybe. So let's say once you release the product after gate 5, so the products are being utilized by the customers. So they will experience the products, right? And then we reach out to them after a year or so. How is our product doing? Do you see any modification? Do you want any improvements? Do you found any issues? So we collect that feedback. So gate 6 actually is mainly the review phase, So if there are any inputs, then we go back and then we again start the process. So he's right. So there is a closed loop actually after gate 6.
Okay, Giri. I think that quite justifies the question. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Giri.
Good question. Yeah.
We can proceed further, Giri, but there is a request. If you can just explain something in some points in regional language like Marathi, it will be better.
Okay.
A bit of Marathi in between.
So, okay.
Yeah.
मला मी definitely try करेन.
Yeah. ठीक आहे.
आणि मला जास्त प्रॅक्टिस करायला मिळत नाही आता, पण तरी मी ट्राय करतो. Okay.
Yes.
So you need to give me the grades after I speak Marathi. Okay, whether I did well or not.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because in home I do not practice Marathi as well. So, but me try karen. Okay. Okay. So passion. The next point that I would like to talk. Okay. So, कुठली गोष्ट असेल तर तुमच्याकडे पॅशन पाहिजे, बरोबर आहे. So it's very important because it's going to ensure the success. Okay, without passion there is no success. Okay. So I was doing some research on how the future is going to look like, and where the students can focus, right? So there is a World Economic Forum. It's a very renowned entity, and they publish this Jobs of Tomorrow report. Okay, so I thought very interesting to share this with everyone. So that will give the direction to all the students. Where you should look for jobs, where you need to focus, where you need to get most of the skills. Okay, where you can find your passion, right? So many of you may be aware that something that drives you, right? So you need to align this based on the need here. So you can be more smart about it, right? So it to me, you can observe here that there are 5 very distinctive the growth areas that you can focus. Okay, so data and AI, okay, data and artificial intelligence is going to only grow. Okay, and then engineering and cloud computing. Okay, that's one big area that is coming up. You'll always have more demand for people for sales, marketing jobs, because you have to sell these services, products, right? And then the product development, like you need to have your own products. And then the last one is people and culture. It's mostly about how managing people, right? We have 7 billion population, right? You need to look after the welfare. You need to have the HR policies to manage these people, groom the talent, build the soft skills so that they can be more employable, right? So these are the major areas that I want all the students to look at, start researching, more about it. So you will learn more opportunity in this field. Okay. So I would like to give more jargons, more possibilities where they can, find their jobs, or they can focus, or they can build their skills. So in the data and AI, they can focus on deep learning. And you can see the sequence is the importance, So deep learning is more important. So there are various skills that are required. So hyperparameter, deep learning, artificial neural network, TensorFlow. There's a big data science that IBM has. Watson is their tool that they use. It's been used in many apps, actually, the mobile apps, like the weather app that I use here. So it uses the IBM data science. So it predicts the rain, it predicts. So there's a lot of good thing about this IBM data science. Advanced machine learning. Our company, we do a lot of this advanced machine learning. So we process the data, we have programs, we have the computer vision in our products. Okay. And then the applied data, the Python is pretty much the language that is being used to kind of use in the programming. Okay. So I'll go quickly on the other, but I thought that is one of the big key areas that you guys need to focus. Okay. People and culture, like mainly the human resource management, right? there are many careers in that. So you need people who can recruit, hire. You need people who can.
Sorry to disturb you. Yokai sir, can I ask one question to Girish sir?
Who is that?
Yeah, Girish, can you?
I'm Shashikant sir.
Sorry?
I'm Shashikant Patur sir.
Yes, hi Shashikant.
Good evening, Girish sir. I have one question regarding the AI and machine learning. That is in a Texas. You are now, I think you are doing job in a Texas company. So may I know the latest product on the artificial intelligence and machine learning?
Latest products you're talking about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I would say there's a lot of research going on autonomous vehicles. Okay. That I can say here. So they are trying to deliver the groceries from a shop to the home. Okay. So if I drive around, I see some vehicles, they are roaming here right now they're testing right now, but they can deliver the groceries from, you just need to order it through your mobile or computer, and they will deliver the groceries to your home. It's autonomous. Okay. So it's a lot of artificial intelligence is being used, a lot of programming, right? So that's one latest is going on here in Texas, if I see. So, but there are many other, like there are thousands of miles of the pipeline which transport the crude oil. Okay. So many are using artificial intelligence to monitor the integrity of the pipeline, because they cannot monitor, right, manually. So they just see where is the leak, where is the break, because it can be hazardous, right? It can cause big explosion. So those are the two examples that I can cite you. That's what is happening in my area here where I'm living. Okay. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. And what about the machine learning, sir?
Machine learning, I did not come across very specific examples, but I think it's mainly, I would say, mainly used. I would say the petrochemical industries. I see one remote example that I can cite. They have various machines pretty much installed, and then and there's a lot of data acquisition that happens, and they make decisions, when to open, when to close, whether corrosion is happening. It's fully automated, so it can trigger some request, when to maintain the device. So a lot of work is going on in that area.
And one more question, sir. It is last question for me. Most of the companies are very much crazy about the artificial intelligence and machine learning. Earlier, it was invented in a few years before, but at that time, the companies were not crazy about the artificial intelligence and machine learning. But nowadays, after in 2020, from 2020, since most of the companies are very much crazy about the artificial intelligence and machine learning, these technologies. What is the reason behind this?
Okay, the reason behind is the thing is that I would say it's mainly because the world is moving towards automation. Okay. Many big companies, they're making investment into this space. So they think that investing in artificial intelligence and data is going to increase their revenues, right? It can give them more information to make decisions, right? So I think I think there is a drive from the big corporates. So that's why you see many companies are talking about this, right?
Yeah,
so,
can I elaborate on this a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Vinay.
Hi, Shashikant. Uh,
Good evening.
yeah, actually, the reason is, as Giri has explained it in a better way, companies need to increase their revenue, and apart from that, there was not much data generated in the previous, you can say, in 1950s or 19, that is pre-independence era. So artificial intelligence and machine learning has was into existence then also, but the number of data generated, the data points generated were very less as compared to the data points generated now. So basically, since the data is generated in a huge volume, it is coming in huge velocity, and the data is like
Okay.
heterogeneous in nature, so it needs a lot of capabilities from the machine to understand it and analyze it. So that's how, like today, we are in need of these technologies like AI and machine learning. I think that explains your question.
Yeah, that's very good. That's a really good point, Vinay. So as the data exploded, so you need something to, some program to manage this so that you can put this into a template and then you can see things, what's happening
Yes, Girish.
and make decisions. Yeah. Okay. So I'll move on. So the product development. Okay. So you still need many products to support the economy, right? So I can see like there are various things that you can focus. So digital product management, right? So you need a really good product management software. So a lot of investment is being done there, making the software, okay, and then using agile development process. So it's mainly used to when you develop a software. So you use this methodology, the agile development methodology. So it gives you really good software at the end of the process if you follow the agile development process. Okay. By no means I'm not a software engineer, but I think software engineer can really understand this really well. And we talked about AI also getting integrated into the product development, right? And then it's there are various things that are getting into the fingerprint protocols, and also you need to have really good set of people who have really good skill sets into the software, so they can develop really sophisticated software for the current economies. Okay. Then marketing and sales, you can see a lot of it's mainly digital, not like going door to door selling things, but how you can, by sitting on computer, how you can impact the potential consumers, search engine optimization, and then, the various other things, ways you can reach out to your potential customers and bring the business to the companies, right? That's one of the big area there. And then the last one is the cloud computing, so which we already talked about. So it's going one more level deep. Okay. So the thing is that I just wanted to present this to you guys and just see these are the themes right now which is going on. So you may find interesting that these all keywords that you can use and start researching more about it. Okay. So that you can give the direction for your career. Okay. And the next slide, it talks about the kind of job titles, so there's a social media assistant, data scientist, scrum master. So these are the keywords that you can use. These are the jobs, actual real jobs are available. Okay. So there's a heat map here. I just put it here for the mechanical engineer, so So these are the various skill sets, and these are the various industries. So in oil and gas, you need the people expert in piping, the pumps, the commissioning. So you can see this heat map. Okay. I thought it's interesting for you to review. Okay. Okay. So moving on to next. So I'd like to build some perspective. Okay. How you should see things going forward. Okay. How you can make the impossible possible, right? So I'd like to grab your attention on this chart here. So I'm pretty sure one of us might be researching a lot on COVID-19, how it is going to affect us, how it is going to affect the economy, and how it is going to affect all of our future opportunities, right? So let's understand this, okay? So this is the curve here that you can see the number of patients, right? The number of really ill patients, right, with the COVID-19. So started maybe in December. We can see it ratcheted up. March, April was pretty high, and May also. So I think now we are maybe we passed the worst actually. Okay, so we are in the restart phase. So you'll see this will not go away. It will be there, right? So you'll see some peaks coming back again in October, November, December, January, maybe 4 months. But we have now better equipped to manage this. We will not see this peak again, okay? If we do really well, okay? So it will go on, okay? So now the question is how we can keep this low, right? So it depends on when the medicine is going to come, right? So you can see there are potential, if you really aggressively target the medicines in 1 year time frame, which is very difficult to do, but still many people are trying. So generally it takes 5 years to develop a vaccine, okay? So if you go with a normal process, but many companies in US, there's a Moderna company that they're trying to get the medicine by September. Not medicine, but the vaccine, which is a very aggressive, never been done in the past. Many people have questions whether it is going to work or not, but many are optimistic, many are positive that it is going to work. Okay, if that happens, yeah, I think we'll have a better chance of opening up freely. So I think it will take 12 to 24 months. So be patient and follow all the precautions, right? And I think put this into a perspective that you have to be careful for the next 12 to 24 months, okay? You'll be fine if you use gloves and mask, mainly mask, and wash hands, So, but at the same time, like many things are unfolding, right? So already we are into the 4th industrial revolution that is happening, right? We cannot wait because of this COVID-19. We need to prepare ourselves, right? So as you can go back in 18th century, it was mainly about steam power, the start of the industrialization, okay? The second revolution, it's mainly because of the World War I, maybe. It's mass production, right? Assembly lines. The third industrial revolution is mainly the internet. Pretty much, I think from 1970s or 80s, when we were born actually, maybe, me and Vinay. So you can see internet, renewable energy, information technology. So Narayan Murthy era, I would say. So pretty much they tapped this. So now we are into a very different industrial revolution now. We don't know where it will take us, but but I'm pretty sure it will take us to a good future. Okay, but many unknowns. We don't know how it will go, right? But we are exploring. We're trying things, right? I talked about like delivering the groceries from grocery store to the home, right? It's artificial intelligence, right? So, and mainly moving towards automation. So the thing is, the job landscape will shift from a real mechanical, physical jobs to this digital world. Okay, so that's going to be the next revolution that you should be prepared for. Okay, but at the same time, in order for you to get employed, not only these skills are important, but there are other skills, right? These are some work-related practical skills, competencies that you should acquire. म्हणजे तुम्ही कसं बोलता, कसं तुम्ही हँडल करता डे टू डे challenges, creativity, are you able to visualize things, right? See the big picture, right? तुम्ही लिस्नर आहात का, म्हणजे तुम्ही फोकस करू शकता का, right? Active listening, and monitoring self, monitor yourself and change accordingly, in the situation, right? I think there'll be physical strength is maybe the least maybe, but still you need to have, there are some jobs you have to do with that, So, but there are many cross-functional skills that you should acquire. Cross-functional means when, let's say, when you're interacting, like now I'm interacting with you, hundreds of students, right? I'm coordinating with Vinay and coordinating with students. So how well I'm coordinating, negotiations, how we are doing. Like, let's say if you're in a supply chain position, how well you negotiate with a supplier in order to get the right price, right cost, at the right speed, how you make your decisions, that is also important, right? So the decision quality has to be good. When you make some decisions, make sure that you think from all sides, make the right decisions, right? For yourself and for your future companies, right? Obviously, things are going to be complex going forward, right? COVID-19 added more complex things in our world, right? So you need to know how to solve the problems, right? So that's a really good skill that you need to have. And the technical skills, right? When you work on something, you have to produce really good quality work. That's where it will make you successful in your career. You have to be consistent, right? You have to troubleshoot. You will come across many problems. So you have to solve the problems, okay? So technical skills as well as the soft skills are very important, okay? So we are coming towards the end of this presentation. Almost we are over 6 minutes of the time, but I'll try to close this as soon as possible. But I think, yeah, I mean, you have all this knowledge now, okay? So go ahead and try to apply it, okay? So you'll not get power until it is applied, okay? That's very simple, right? So my final advice to everyone is have a great career, like pick some dynamic growth opportunities. Don't settle for any mediocre growth opportunities, but try to see if you can get some really good growth opportunities, right? Set really good career goals, right? Leverage all your skill sets that you may have or you may have acquired in the last 4 years of your education, right? And understand this one thing, that you have to learn lifelong, okay? Have that mindset, okay? Set really good milestones, try to achieve those, stay focused, be determined, be committed, okay? And while you're doing that, try to have fun as well, connect with your family always, go for vacation with your family, travel gives you, not now, but after 24 months maybe, but yeah, and try to help others, that's going to build a really good career for you, okay? So some suggested reading here. These are the books that I enjoyed in the past. I thought maybe I put across here so that you can also read if you get some time. There are some really good books, right from, like some career books to self-help to some mythology. So I have great interest in mythology. So you can try to read these books. It's only going to build the perspective. It's going to bring out the passion from you. It will only give you the power, the power to move ahead. Okay. So that was my last slide, Vinay.
Yes.
And to the students. I guess we're going to talk now. So I would like to hear the feedback, questions, concerns, if somebody has.
Yes, Girish. I would like to ask a question which is posted in the chat actually.
Okay.
And a couple of feedbacks. There are a few students like Aishwarya Keth from Solapur University itself, who is doing her MCA there, and Sawan Pallavi, who is also doing her PCA at Sangola College, Sangola. So they are saying that this session was very helpful for them. The slides are very effective, and they have learnt a lot from the slides. And whatever you have told them is very, very necessary, and the skills will be effective for their future.
Great to hear that.
Yeah.
Aishwarya, thank you. Yeah.
Yes, Girish. And there is a question from Ashutosh Kulkarni, that Industry 4 is related to CS and IT field. That is his understanding. So what's in it for mechanical engineer? That is what his question is. And the same question in a different format is asked by Mr. Samir Sheikh sir. What automation skills are generally required for current year graduates in terms of mechanical engineering perspective? Can you just enlist a few skill sets for Industry 4?
Okay, the skill sets in this the new economy, the industrial revolution that is happening, right? That's what, and especially for mechanical engineers. Is that right?
Yes.
If I understood correctly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I would say it's not only for computer science and electronics engineers. Okay. So when you develop, let's say, products for this economy, like let's say autonomous vehicle, so definitely yes, software, electronics going to have more importance there because it needs to work, right? So that's a crux. But the thing is that you still need to make car, right?
Yeah.
You need to design the wheels, the steering, the seat, So there are various physical components that still need to be designed, right? So you need to have really good design engineering skills, right? That will fall under mechanical engineers, especially mechanical engineers. They need to. So I think these streams will not go away. They will only be needed actually. So only thing is that it may feel like it is just about software and the programming. It's not, right? It is equally important. Though it's been projected as it's all about software. It's not. We need associated engineering streams which will help these propel, right? So, but I think the skill sets that you still need to acquire, whatever you learn, in the machine, like when you did the mechanical engineering, you need to be good in, let's say, the analysis and synthesis of mechanism, let's say, the strength of materials. You need to still know about this, So you need to be really good at it. So you need to get your basics correct. So you still need those skill sets.
Okay.
Right. I think, we need those skill sets. Other mechanical, civil, production, right? So they will be part of this economy too.
Yes, definitely, Girish.
Yeah.
I think that explains a lot about the question. So, Mr. Ashutosh Kulkarni and Samir Sheikh sir, is it justified? So, I would like to summarize what Girish Dalbhanjan sir said. He said that basically you need to have the skill sets in basic concepts in strength of materials, and also some finite element analysis, like you are working on various softwares like ANSYS fluids, or maybe solid edge and all. You need to have a hands-on on them, so that these skills are going to help you a lot in the future.
Yeah. And I think in the heat map that I tried to mention there are various skill sets for mechanical engineer, maybe. So,
yes.
So I think you have the industry there, right? At the bottom here, and then you have the skill sets here. So if anybody, so I'm pretty sure Vinay sir, you are going to share this, so they can take a look.
Yeah, I am going to share the slides. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. Good questions. I'm very encouraged.
Yeah. Any more questions are encouraged from the audience. The audience can unmute themselves and ask the questions if possible.
Yeah.
So it's now in the audience court. So audience, if any questions from the audience, any questions from the faculty members or students?
I see many comments here. I can see here, Vinay.
Yeah.
So Amol is saying it's giving overall idea.
Yeah.
To do this, right? Job opportunities, technology, skills required, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to just summarize it, Girish. I think the students need to acquire both hard skills as well as soft skills for to get ready for the industry 4 or maybe the future, right? And beyond that, the students needs to have great skills in the upcoming technologies like artificial intelligence, the machine learning, data sciences, data analytics, and even some skills in mechanical engineering like finite element analysis, or maybe you can say strength of materials, where there are many applications of machine learning and AI getting implemented there. Girish, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, yeah. I think you described it really well.
Yeah.
I think so. I see. I was going through the comments here, so I think they see that it's really good. The slide deck. I think you need to share these slides. Maybe it will act as maybe you need to share somewhere so that it can help them to refer, right? So.
Yeah, I'll definitely share the slides with all the students and faculty members, no doubt.
Right. Okay.
There is one question from Imran Jamadar. Concluding remark, you can give a concluding remark on that. The beginning of this meet, during the session, I saw an orange colored figure on your bulletin board, and in the second slide, in the field device section, saw the similar orange colored figure. What is that device, sir?
Okay. So the orange device is it's a Scotch yoke pneumatic actuator.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what it does is it sits on the valve, a big industrial valve, and it controls the flow. Okay. The thing is that it gets the instruction from the SCADA system, which is maybe located miles away. So if somebody wants to close the valve, they give signal to this orange device, the pneumatic actuator.
Okay.
And then it automatically closes the valve.
Okay.
So that's the device name. So Scotch yoke is a Scotch yoke mechanism, which many mechanical engineers may be aware that the two sliding contacts, two linkages, right?
Yeah.
So that's the mechanism is used to develop that actuator. Okay. So yeah, I hope that answers the question.
That's great, Giri. Yeah, that answers the question.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
Giri.
great. So any more questions? Can somebody?
Good evening, sir.
Questions?
Hello.
Yes. Somebody is asking question. Yeah.
Girish sir, I think you might have gone through the research section, research department also as well, isn't it? Am I right?
Right. Yeah.
So my question is that, sir, because we people are from the engineering field also, and in the final year also we do the project as well, and we feel that we are also doing the research while doing the project. So the question is that my question, while doing the research, we get sometimes failure, isn't it?
Right.
So how you
Right.
people face that failures? Will you explain yourself?
So yes. So the thing is that when we fail, like we also do a lot of research, right? We do test, and when we encounter any failure, we do the root cause analysis.
Means
Okay.
what is that?
The root cause analysis. So it's a technique actually that developed by Japanese, So there is a method to identify exactly the root cause, why it is happening, right? So there are a set of questions. So we ask 5 questions: why, what, when, how, where, right? So
Okay.
so I think that technique we use. Actually, you can apply to any failure, right? So it's a very common sense approach that we apply. So, but the thing is that the important thing is that you need to know the root cause. Once you rectify that root cause, then you should be able to find solution to any failures, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Right. And there is a failure mode effect analysis. Okay, FMEA, that's what we use. So when we develop something, we do research on what kind of failure modes can happen, and we ensure that we put in place all the corrective actions while developing the product itself.
And sir, another thing is that sometimes now people do the final year project as a researcher. We put our investment in the form of money as well. But you people do the work in the company, and the financial support will be given by the company as well for the research purpose, isn't it? And sometimes you people might have got a failure, and whatever the investment has been invested for that project or for that research purpose, it will be a negative impact of it. It may be loss for the company. So company puts any penalty for the researcher or something else like that.
Yeah. No. So we won't get punished. Okay. So if we fail, sometimes we won't get punished. But the thing is that there is that's what I said. So there is a stage gate process that we follow. Okay. So in the stage gate, we carefully work on any product, and while you're doing the products, you do the research, and we use a lot of techniques actually, so that we don't the chances of failure minimizes. Okay. So you have to learn these techniques when you develop any product, right? So I told you, right, means so there is a TRIZ technique, TRIZ technique. So that is nothing but, so you can, it's a Russian technique, so it helps you to select the right ideas. When you're working, you have, let's say, hundreds of ideas, but you don't know which idea will work, right? So in order to select the right idea, you use that technique. It's a TRIZ, TRIZ. So we have all these tools we use, so we reduce the chances of failures. But the thing is that the failure, that doesn't mean that it's the end, right? But you'll only learn. You'll get more experience, and you need to keep on doing more experiments, right? And you have to perfect this. Yeah.
Would you like to tell me, sir, that what is that TRIV?
So TRIZ. So I will. You
Girish,
can maybe research.
You can mail me the details. I will give it to Shashikant.
So I just typed in there. It's a TRIZ, TRIZ. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's developed by Russian Navy officer who studied close to 13 million patents. Okay, and he saw, after studying these 13 million patents, he identified, which ideas will work really well, and where we need to invest our time and money, right? So I think it's really good technique that everybody should learn about it. So yes, so do more research, and I think you need to learn all these new techniques. So there are various techniques are available.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Girish. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I would like to add the concluding remarks. If our principal sir has thanked you, and he has said that it was a very good session, very informative, and it has given a lot to our students.
Right.
Principal sir, if you are there, would you like to speak as a concluding remark?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Mr. Girish, I would like to thank you on behalf of Sinhgad Institute, Solapur.
Yes.
Really, it was wonderful session. It was very informative, and I must thank you because you have added all the slides, like what is Emerson, what are the products you do have, on which different technologies you are working. Then you have shared your experience, and then you have talked about what students should do if they have to achieve something in their career. It was really a wonderful session, and even I should thank Professor Vinay Jokare, because through him only we could have you with us. It was a wonderful session. Even students, I was seeing that students were asking some of the questions. There were maximum questions from mechanical engineering students, because they do have a lot of concern. If we are talking about Industry 4.0, what will be the role of mechanical engineers? And I was listening to you. You tried to give maximum answers. You tried to satisfy most of the students. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I thank you for the opportunity as well.
Yes,
I
sir.
really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Great, sir. Great.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, principal sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Vinay, if nothing else, we can wrap this call.
Yeah.
Yes,
Girish, thank you very much. On behalf of Navale Sinhgad College of Engineering, I would like to thank you for delivering such an amazing webinar on how to navigate and find career opportunities in these adverse situations where students have a lot of anxieties and questions. Thanks a lot for answering the questions, giving a great presentation. The slides are too good, and the feedback itself reflects how good the presentation was. It was really a great session, Giri. Thank you very much.
So thanks a lot, everyone. Before I leave this webinar, so I wish you all the very best. I'm sure things will turn out better. So keep learning, and there will be opportunities. And I think, I'm pretty sure the success will be yours. So keep up the great work that you do.
Yes.
Okay? Thank you, Vinay, and thank you, the Sinhgad Institute, for allowing me to talk to your students today.
Thank you, Giri. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This is an information.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, great. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for staying late. Thank you.
Thanks, Girish. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an information to all the students who have joined the session. You will get the certificates of this session, and a feedback form will be circulated to you on your email IDs. So registered students who have registered for this session, they will get a feedback form on their email IDs, and when they fill up the feedback form, they will get the certificates for this webinar. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'll end the meeting now. With your permission, sir. Principal, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can end.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Good night. Good night to all of you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.